Welcome to the DJ Insider Podcast, sponsored by Amplified Events.
It's the only podcast where we break down insider information from our weddings, experience, and advice from over 15 years in the wedding industry.
We're your hosts. I'm Mike Kane, owner of Amplified Events.
And I'm Joe Albomonte, the general manager of Amplified Events.
Let's get into it. All right, you silly geese, we're back.
We're back.
Yes, and this is episode 102.
Yes.
Thank you for covering episode 100, of course. I wasn't here for it.
And I wasn't here for 101, so it's
so
been
it's
a while. Great to see you.
Yes, you too.
Yes.
So we're coming off of a couple of weeks of weddings, but last weekend you had doubleheader, and I just had the single. Tell me, give me the goss.
Man, just two 10 out of 10s. Like, it's very rare that you have a 10 out of 10, but it's even more rare that you have them back to back. What was even more rare, both of the brides' names on Friday and Saturday, both were Morgan. What? So planning, I was like, this Morgan, that Morgan, this Morgan, that Morgan. I had to be very clear about what I was planning. But, oh my God, two entirely different styles of music, but two amazing parties.
Dude.
On Friday
Morgan.
Yeah, Friday Morgan. I was at Sandy Pines, and just a great then great day. The rain held off perfectly, like a little tiny bit of drizzle during like setup and setup only, and then it held off for us, and it was nice and overcast, so we got some good natural lighting, and it wasn't too sunny, it wasn't hot, so no one was sweating at Sandy Pines. Like sometimes there it can get a little spicy.
They're outdoors,
They're outdoors, so. But it was just a beautiful night, and I got to mix some interesting music, like some songs by like 3 6 Mafia and some other like rap, like some dirty rap.
Some rap.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was playing like somewhat clean music at the beginning of the night, and at one point the groom came up and was like, "Let's just play some dirty fucking music." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it. Okay, all right, cool." So from then on, it was just explicit music. I played that one song, "Fuck the Club Up."
Whoa.
Have you heard that one?
No.
Sorry, this one's gonna be explicit, guys, but the song literally goes, "Fuck the club up, fuck the club up." Like that's the loop
song
at the beginning,
wow.
And then they rap like into it. But that's what they go back to. Like that's the whole loop. So it was really fun, and just a different style of wedding, and just really, really good party. They invited us to hang out at the cottages after.
Dude,
I had to go, but Hyro stayed. He hung out and had a couple drinks. So
that's awesome.
It was really cool. We got to know them well. And then Saturday, I was at Allure on the Lake. Other Morgan, Saturday. Great party. Not so dirty of rap, but still just also no line dance, no country, no Bruno Mars. So like not so traditional stuff.
Sure.
So we steered away from that. And they gave me 30 songs, but there were no songs on the do not play. So they left it up to me to just kind of do my thing.
Cool.
And we threw a really, really great party. And the videographer came up and was like, "You should be in Miami clubs." And like, it was a little bit of glaze, but it was really nice. I do appreciate it. But yeah, it was really nice just getting to work with him and everybody. I got to meet the new coordinator.
Nice.
At the
Jennifer,
Allure.
right?
Yeah, Jennifer. She was great. Night flowed really well, and uplighting always looks fantastic there.
Yes,
of course.
Yes.
They did something different with the glow sticks this time. So instead of having them for like dance, we set them up at the bars.
Oh,
so as people came in, they would grab a glow stick. I would make the announcement as you're up, like grabbing a drink, grab a glow stick too, and then we use them for intros, so people could like
that's perfect.
wave them for intros.
Yeah.
Get shots of the room with that, and then some people brought them out during dance too, because everybody already had them on their table, so why not?
That is a good way to do it.
So it worked out. We did. To go back, I mean, it was just such an interesting weekend. On Friday, we did an anniversary dance where we invited people out onto the dance floor because we wanted to build the dance floor instead. And it was just a really, really nice moment. And I was able to like stand on a chair and like see the last couple as they were able to come out. So we were still able to have like the 67 years of marriage moment.
Nice.
And still add everybody to the floor and then drop September. And it flowed so well. Oh my, I'm just trying to think of some other stuff too, but just great weekend overall.
Oh, I love it.
How was yours? Yeah.
Dude, so so we were at County Line. It's me and Cade. And it was just like ceremony, DJ, dance floor. but I was like, well, let's throw in uplighting for free because it's going to look great. It's county line, and it's just a kind of value added thing. We get there, ceremony, everything's flawless. Like in terms of timing, it did that thing where it was like perfectly timed, where family, bridal party all did the processional, and that song ends right as the last people are finishing, and then it just easily goes right into that's my favorite thing, when it's just the exact right amount of time for the processional song. So then we go right into the bride song. Ceremony went great. The officiant, he was a friend, and he forgot to say be seated, so halfway through everyone's still standing.
If you don't tell people to be seated, they will stand.
He's like, what's wrong with y'all? Of course you can sit. He made a joke.
You guys haven't sat yet?
Yeah, it was really funny. They made a big joke about it, and it went really well. And so, cocktail hour, everything's going great. And we do intros. They're fantastic. We do, speeches, and then dinner's, served. And dinner served, I look around the room. At first I see one uplight, the battery's dead. Oh, okay, no problem. Pull it, maybe it didn't get charged right. Maybe it's an old battery or something. Then I see another one. We pull it. And then, I don't know, 13 more? It's 15 of our uplights
all at once,
are dead. And I go, what is going on?
Yeah.
Because I was like, not this many battery failures, because I had them plugged in the entire time since last week. And so I go, Cade, run to the office for me, grab me my charging spider thing that you got me, that 160,
Yeah.
It's got 60.
So many outlets on that.
So I'm so glad he brought the whole thing, because I'm gonna have to buy a whole new set of uplights. What, do all these batteries fail at once? This is just a bad wedding,
Yeah.
Sure enough, he gets the thing, and I see there's a, when you plug something in, it has a button that turns on and off, and it was on off. So they weren't charging the entire time.
Oh.
That's why they all died at once. So they weren't charging. They weren't plugged in, but we just somehow the power button got turned off. Oh. I'm glad he brought it, because I go, did you touch it? He goes, no, I just unplugged it and brought it.
The whole power strip.
The whole power strip was just off. All the lights were plugged in.
Oh no!
And so luckily he got them there. We got enough of them charged up, and then we got 4 or 5 of them, and then put them out, and then we were just kind of
cycled them.
Yes, all night.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad about that. And then halfway through the night, I remembered, we did that for free. The thing, how could I possibly mess this up?
Yeah.
I plugged them in last week. They've been charging for a week. Why are they all dying? This is so unprofessional looking. We're charging all these lights behind us. And then I go, oh no, we did it for free. And we still got to do the party and make it look nice. And so I was like, oh, okay. That felt good.
Yeah. But easy cover then. Because then they just thought it was additive light. They're like, oh, they're just bringing out some lights. Okay, cool. Nice. Good save.
The other weird thing that happened was, so we do all the stuff. Then we do the first dance, the father-daughter, the mother-son dance. We open up the dance floor. I mean, we're doing, 30 minutes into dancing. And the bride comes up. She's like, oh, we forgot. We never did the maid of honor best man speeches. Mm-hmm. I go, oh, we weren't supposed to have those. Whenever I talk with a couple, I go through the timeline. Who's giving a speech? And we write it all out. And that must have been one of the ones where they might have, I'm trying to remember our meeting, but generally what I do is I take notes and I write down exactly who's going to give a speech. And I go, anybody else? That kind of thing. For sure. So I think it might have been where they're like, well, we'll talk to them and we'll get back to you. And they never got back to me. And so then they assumed that I knew, even though I didn't know that. And I assumed that they would tell, so basically we skipped speeches, but we didn't, because I literally had it in front of me. That's why I always say, DJs, take notes, print them off, take them with you, because it saves your butt. Because then it was like, oh, I must have not, rather than me forgetting, it was like, well, there was a lack of communication from the couple to me about the speeches. Yeah, so
for sure.
Yeah, so we basically stopped, and the maid of honor did her speech as the sister of the bride. She did a great job. It's fantastic. The best man, his speech, I didn't make any sense. He would start with something, and then he would abandon it. He basically told kind of a half story where they helped him move a big gun safe. And that was it. There was a weird story that went, no, I was like, we probably could have skipped that one. But everything else, we had a great dance floor rest of the night. It was solid 8.
I had a really funny speech at the Allure the other day.
Oh, yeah?
It was the brother of the groom, I think. He was the best man. And it was right after, sweet maid of honor speech. It was really kind and, not quiet, but moderate volume. It was And then he comes up really loud into the microphone, like, "Can you guys hear me?" Like really loud, and, like makes a joke, and it was so funny, just like his energy and just the way he did it, and just like a really good heartfelt brother speech, brother to brother type thing. It was short, it was sweet, it was seriously like a minute, but it was right to the point and sweet, and he made everybody in the room laugh like within 5 seconds, and I don't know, I thought it was really good.
Oh, I love that. That's fantastic.
And then they did something different that I thought was interesting. I'm not sure if you've seen this, but I saw, she sent it to me in a TikTok. This is something that she saw and wanted to try out. And we were like, yeah, let's try it. So it was a different bouquet toss. They would have the bouquet in the middle. Like she would stand in the middle and she would be blindfolded, or like the groom would just come up and cover her eyes, blindfold, whatever. And there was a metal ring around the bouquet with like ribbons.
Oh.
Like a bunch of ribbons.
Like a maypole kind of thing.
Yes,
Okay.
like a maypole, exactly.
Yeah.
And all of the bridesmaids, or all of the single ladies, would go out and they'd grab one, and they would walk in the circle, like around her, like a maypole, exactly like that. And she would be holding the flowers in the middle, like to the song. And she would cut the ribbons. And if she cut your ribbon, you were out. Last person with the ribbon attached to the string was the person who won and got the bouquet.
Interesting.
So it was different. It worked out. It was something that I hadn't heard of.
Cutting them blindfolded? Like, did she?
Well, so the scissors didn't end up working out, so she ended up just like pulling them at one point, and that was probably much safer anyway.
Yeah.
We got the scissors.
Just blindfolded.
Just stop.
I'm cutting something.
I'm cutting something. So we got rid of the scissors, and she was just like yanking on the rope, and it still was same concept. If she yanked on your rope, you were out. Yada yada. But it was really cool.
I wonder if that has like a Victorian root or something. Maypoles are old. You know, they used to be a fun thing.
Yeah. No,
That's
I'm
wild.
not sure. And then
what
we
a
did
unique tradition.
We did a photo dash as well to Rush by Troye Sivan. It's just like a 2.5 minute song.
Yeah,
It's a very short song, and they had 21 tables to get through for a photo dash. So I found like the point of the song where it really picked up, and I dropped
it back.
I just dropped it there, and I kept looping it back, and I repeated that 2.5 minute song like 4 times. It was so long, and it was funny. It ended up going really good. They got a kick out of it. I was like, yeah, and I definitely did not loop that song 4 times, everyone. Great job. But yeah, just 2 10 out of 10s, man. They had a 360 photo booth at the wedding, just off in the corner at the Allure. It was neat, man.
Oh, that's awesome. I always love new traditions like that. It's a fun challenge. Sometimes it doesn't go the way you think.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's always so funny because there's always like a weird thing, like when you do a new tradition like that, like scissors. They didn't bring scissors. And they're like, don't you have scissors? I'm like, I'm a DJ. Of course I have scissors. No,
of course. What do you mean?
I have like a
seamstress
multi-tool. I have a
during the day,
multi-tool with
DJ
scissors.
at
That's going to
night.
be pretty little tight little.
Yeah, we had to ask for scissors, and
it's always a fun like
whole thing.
Yeah, it's fun surprises as a DJ. But hey, we make it work.
It worked out. Yeah, no, it was fun, and they got a kick out of it. So.
Good dance floor. But yeah, that was kind of the theme last weekend for me. Was just like if you have good systems, like they save you, they protect you, and so I was like, oh, we're doing this for free, so it's not a big thing.
Exactly.
And I was like, this is the only time this ever happened. I don't know what's happened. I'm always very careful to charge everything.
And if you would have checked your planning thing the day before, 2 days before, you would have saw uplighting on there, and you would have made sure it was on charging.
Oh, for sure.
But because you probably came here and packed up and
That's
were like,
it.
you know
Hey,
what, let's grab
That's
those.
exactly what happened.
You would have made sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah, if it was on the. But I completely get that.
And then then the speeches thing, like just a misunderstanding, miscommunication, but like it was nice because I could prove that it wasn't my miscommunication. Yeah. Like I wrote down everything you said when we talked. We didn't talk again, and honestly, they forgot too. They got caught up in the day, and they I think assumed that I was going to do it, but I assumed that we were all done with speeches, and so we both assumed, and so we cut it. It wasn't a big thing. We just cut it. Everybody immediately sat down, did the speeches, and right back at it. So. I
always check those notes from the phone call, like especially day of, because like my Saturday couple, like they had nothing on the do not play.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is that real, or like did they tell me something during the call? Because I know I spoke to a couple recently that's like, we want no like really dirty music, like nothing like that, nothing explicit. And after I had played something explicit at that wedding, I was like,
Oh,
I need to go recheck those. No, like, was this the? I don't think this was the couple, but I'm gonna go make sure that this was the couple that didn't say this. And there were no notes about it. It was totally fine, and we threw a rager. But yeah, no, I definitely I like to check those just to double check myself, make sure that, because sometimes they add stuff, or sometimes on the call I'm just like, I'll add it. I'm here already looking through the app, so I'll add a note in or whatever. But I just like to do that directly in our planning app now instead of in my notes.
Yeah, newer people in our company who come and work for me, they're always like, I'm always so impressed with your systems and your organization and your thoroughness. And I was like, the reason I have that is because I've made so many mistakes and I've learned from those mistakes. And now that's part of my thinking when I prep.
Yes.
That like, so now
covering
with uplights, let's make
ground.
sure that's on, the day or two before. Let's just make sure it's on. Let's double check.
It'll never happen again.
Yeah. I seriously thought I was going to have to buy 16 new lights because I was like, did all of the batteries die at once?
Yeah.
That's a lot of batteries to replace. And I just, after one or two, I'm like, I think something's up.
Right.
So, thank goodness.
Do you have a gig this weekend? Or two, I think.
I do. I have two this weekend.
Yeah.
I got one. It's the best man at my wedding, my best friend.
Nice.
His mom's getting married, and we're doing her wedding in Hobart. Should be fun, real chill.
Very nice.
She loves music, loves to dance, so I think it's going to be a good time.
Nice.
And then Saturday, we're going to be at Lure on the Lake again.
Fun.
So, yeah,
Nice.
It should be good. I'm excited. We did a custom edit for the father-daughter dance, so I think that'll be fun.
Cool.
Nice little surprise.
Yeah. Is it? They haven't heard it yet. Is that the first?
I did record it, so it's a surprise for the crowd.
Okay. So you sent it and they've heard
Yeah,
it.
the bride's the one who reached out to me to like make it. I think.
I had a wedding because I wasn't here. I know Micah talked about it. I edited 12 songs. I custom cut 12 songs. They're like, no, it's all good. Like, we trust you. Like, they didn't want to hear them before. It was fine. Like, I just cut them, and that was it.
No
day
notes.
of, and like, I mean, if they worked, they worked. But if they didn't like them, then I was screwed. But I cut them all, and they all worked out great. It was fine.
I've had a few of those where I do, and we don't charge. We should, but it's just a value-added free thing we do for couples if they want us to shorten something or edit something. Or I've had it where
cut something out in the middle because
exactly.
it's their favorite version of this song, and in the middle they talk.
That's
and
it.
They don't want to hear the talking part. Yeah,
shorten it.
Yeah. I've done that, but dude, this weekend, on Saturday, I'm at a mansion, like a beautiful mansion in Illinois.
Dude.
Like they sent me photos of it. It is like the dining room looks like a Viking table, like beautifully set, decorated, like incredible. And then like ceremonies out back in like a green grotto area with a bunch of greenery. It is,
dude.
I'm so excited to take photos.
That's gonna be
I'll
cool.
have to post them next week, but that's gonna be really cool. And then I think
you're at a different mansion on Tuesday. Right?
Oh my God! Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, I have a wedding tomorrow.
Tuesday wedding.
I'm at Myers Castle tomorrow in Cherville. Really looking forward to that one. They've been really great. But we're all over tomorrow. We're in 3 spots tomorrow as well. We have ceremony up in the circle.
Yeah.
And then cocktail in the speakeasy.
Yes.
And then ceremony, I believe they said upstairs, which I haven't done. Reception upstairs.
I've never heard upstairs.
I've done it in the 2 side rooms.
There's the one ballroom, which is kind of like, I don't know if it's east or it's the west ballroom and then the east.
Yeah. I'll have to.
The east one's the bigger one. The west one has like the stairs and every stuff. But
yeah,
I've never done it like up in the building, so that should be
I
interesting.
haven't either, but I think that's what she said.
Cool.
So I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking forward to that one too.
Dude,
but
heck
yeah, that's tomorrow, and then so 3 coming up this week.
Busy. It's that time of year. So I was telling Kate, I was like, yeah, we're pretty much busy every weekend. It's none of this
June forward. Yeah, none of this spotty stuff anymore.
No, it's gonna be happening.
Yeah,
people gonna be busy. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, it's looking good. I think it's gonna be a really fun year. Anything that you're excited about? Anything that you're nervous about? Like, with we have quite a bit. I mean, it's I haven't checked yet lately, but I think we have 137 on the books this year.
Oh wow, nice.
So it's pretty good.
Yeah.
My guess is that'll be in the 170s by the end of the year, or ideally 200s. But
gotta hit that number.
we're hitting where it's going to get crazy.
I'm looking forward to a lot of things. I mean, it feels really good so far. I've had some new challenges that I haven't done, like new venues, like asking me to cut a lot of things, and like I don't know, like I feel like I've really like come into this job and really figured it out and found a system that works for me and communicating with couples. And I haven't had anyone like not fill out our planning app. And like, I've had really communicative like conversations, and it's just going really nice. And we're getting recommended by a lot of vendors and a lot of venues that we work with all the time. And there was this one couple that just booked with us recently that got me really excited because so I wanted to talk about this. I just requested you to work this because I was already booked next year.
Sure.
But it is a few years ago, a father of the bride built a barn for the bride. They're like, we're getting married in a year. I'm gonna build the barn, and we're gonna get married here. And then we DJ'd the wedding. We did their wedding like a couple years ago.
Okay.
And then they opened up. They officially like redid it a little bit and opened it up and turned it into an official wedding venue. I forgot the name of it, but it's like brand new. Like it's officially opening up. Like I couldn't even find the address online type of brand new. They just opened it up for weddings.
Oh, is this the Mist
for
one?
next year? Yes.
Okay.
But so we did a wedding there before it was even a venue, and now they've opened it up and renamed it, and they recommended us because we did it personally.
Oh, that's
there,
awesome.
They called
that
us
happened
back
with Five Buds Farm.
Yeah.
As well.
Yep.
Like that was a family farm. They had their wedding. We did the one daughter's wedding, did the other daughter's wedding, and I think we're doing another one this year.
Yeah, we've done a couple there now.
I love it. I love it. That's
Super cool.
awesome.
But yeah, so that's,
Dude. So it's what's the name of it? Mist. I was looking at that. I was like, I've not heard of this, but I was looking at photos. Misty Meadow, Mist Meadow, Misty Meadow, Mist Meadow, something like that. I don't know.
I'll have to get back to you.
It's but as a new venue, I'm very excited.
Yes. Yes.
And it's so funny that you bring that up because when I saw that booking and I was looking up that thing, and then Kate and I were talking, we'll set up and we'll grab food or whatever. And we're enjoying some Applebee's. Just amazing. All right. It's 2
for $20. I mean,
no,
come on.
he's getting the chicken fingers platter. I'm getting the nachos.
Come on.
It's solid.
Can't beat it.
And he's saying his sister's thinking about getting married soon. And she reached out to him and saying, what venues do you like to work at? And what, kind of thing. And so he also gave her the ones he doesn't like. Well, we will avoid that on this podcast. But what venues do you like to work at and why?
Yeah.
And we just like give your top 5 if you want. And I was trying to explain that I was like, if your sister gives me a list of her like 3 or 4 priorities, I can give her a list that fits that.
Yeah.
I was like, some of it's going to be budget, right? Some of it's going to be like, are you ceremony on site type of thing? Do you want guests to stay on site? Mm-hmm. Those are all things that will change drastically.
True.
But I was like, once I have some of those, I can give you a whole list.
Yeah.
But as a DJ, obviously, I don't care about those things.
Yeah. I'll go anywhere. I just want an easy load in.
Right? So easiest load-ins. What are our easiest load-ins?
The one was called Morning Mist Events.
Morning Mist. That's it. Morning Mist.
Morning Mist Events. I think easiest load-ins.
I would say County Line. You literally can pull up to the door.
County Line.
Just
Allure on the Lake.
Allure on the Lake.
It's just flat.
Yep.
Straight in. Even ceremony. It's like just right in that other room. You walk. It's an even closer door.
Yeah.
So
Sandy Pines, same thing.
Sandy
just
Pines.
Roll right up.
I forget where I was with Mike. It was that outdoor one I did. The Blue Heron.
Blackthorn, Blue Heron. Yeah.
Such an easy load in.
Easy load in.
It is just like a straight.
That was the one where you had 4 different
locations. All over the place. But like,
easy load in.
Dude, it's like a 20-foot walk from the parking lot straight on. It's not upstairs or downstairs or anything like that.
You're going to take this elevator.
It's all just flat. It's a lot of spots.
Go down. Yeah.
But it's all flat spots. So it's okay.
Heck yeah.
That one was easy.
So the first thing we look for as a DJ is the load in. What's it going to be like to get my equipment in and out? And is it going to be stairs only? Is it going to be multiple elevators, multiple hallways?
Do I need to get someone to like elevator pass me
Yes.
every time I need to go up? Like, those are the venues that it's just like,
there's a ton of security.
It's going to be a long time,
Yeah.
like getting set up, and got to prep for a little bit more time,
Yeah.
in case. But
well, in some places too, they're like, we don't want you to come in. Like casinos, they're like, do not come in on the floor. We don't want equipment on, like come in the back. Call this phone number when you get there. Hopefully they answer, So yeah,
I think those ones are probably the easiest.
Load-ins.
Yeah, just anything flat.
Yeah.
Anything flat and just close.
Well, so then I asked him like, hey, well, do you think she wants to dance, have a big dance party?
Okay.
Because some people want that, some people don't. Mm-hmm. If you want that, you really need to have a centric dance floor.
Yeah.
These are places like Sand Creek, Sandy Pines,
Aberdeen.
Allure on the Lake. Yeah, it's just the dance floor is right in the middle, and it's everything about the venue is like parties here.
Yeah.
Parties here.
Pushes it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Other things we like, other venues. Honestly, White Oak is solid with that too because it has that centric dance floor. I'm trying to think other places around here that have a real good. Honestly, some of it sometimes.
Me too.
I definitely like when you can get the venue real dark.
Oh, Sandy Pines is an easy load in. I didn't mention that, but that's an easy load in.
Dunes Pavilion, centric dance floor, long, thin room, which can be a little bit challenging, but honestly, it's perfect because the bars are right there. Back when the market was a thing, when the building existed, that was a great setup because they had 2 bars and then dance floor kind of in the middle.
Yeah. Interesting room just because that I think is Barrel House. Super easy loaded.
Yeah. Super easy
long
loaded.
hallway for like reception stuff, like for dinner and everything. But dance floor is right here and bar is right there. I mean, if they're at the bar, they have to pass the dance floor.
They have to. Like, if they're in line at the bar, they're on the dance floor.
It's so well put together right over there. And then when they open they probably are now opening up the door because it's getting nicer
yes.
out. That's always nice too. They turn that like Volkswagen bus that sits out there into a photo booth.
Dude.
It's really cool.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I've seen posts. I think they're going to open their new venue soon in Hammond. So
nice.
That should be good.
Yeah.
That's the one that's an old bank that they
close
turned.
by me.
Yes.
I'll have to go check it out.
Yes, please. That should be a really cool spot because they put a lot of time into it. So I think it's going to be pretty amazing. I'm trying to think there's so many ones. It's sometimes loading is not everything. Sometimes, honestly, like, I just say I like it to get dark. I really like when this venue staff are solid. Like they get this. Mm-hmm. They're not overly stressed about it. It's okay to be a little stressed, but they're not overly stressed and they're easy to work with. And I like venues that are like, we just do it this way every time.
Yeah.
Then it's like when I talk to the couple, I already can kind of speak like on behalf of the venue. They're like, this is how, when we typically do weddings there, this is the typical timeline we see.
Yeah.
But talk to your venue if you want to adjust it or change it, you know. It makes it a lot easier to sync up. It makes the work we do a lot easier to expect. Like, oh, now it's going to be this. Now it's going to be this.
Yeah, and typically, like, they'll time all that stuff together, like, with their kitchen or so. So it's like we always come in and cut cake and do speeches, and then we do dinner, and then we do dances after dinner. Yeah. Like, some venues just always run the same format, and that's really easy for us.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that. It's easier for the guests then, too. It's also for the photographers, videographers. They can eat. They can get off their feet a little bit.
I always try to recommend that. Like, do everything in blocks. Like, come in and do a bunch of things, and then after dinner, like, do the rest of the things. Like, I always try and just do dancing after dinner.
Yeah.
Get everything else out of the way before. But I feel a lot of people recently are coming in, cutting cake, sitting down for dinner, and then at the end of dinner doing speeches now instead of at the beginning. And I feel like I saw that a bit last year too, but I feel like a lot recently, like they're waiting until either salads are down completely or after dinner we're just doing instead of just coming right in and doing it. But that's just a small thing. That doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good venues.
Yeah.
And if we didn't mention you, it's not a great place. It's just we're talking easiest load in.
And just off the top of our head too, I have a whole master list of stuff that I love and that I like to avoid. Most of it is either it's the layout, which is not something you can control.
Yeah.
And or it's like, I mean, there's literally only one venue that I've ever no, I don't want to ever work there again. Yeah, I don't even think they're a venue anymore.
Like I think
they sold or have sold or something.
I know this mansion wedding that I'm doing this weekend, load-in is going to be atrocious.
Yes. They're kind of known for that.
It's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
But it's going to be beautiful and fun and it's going to be a good day. Like that's the thing. It's not the load-in is
It is beautiful. I've had good parties there.
Yeah.
The load-in is tough.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'd prefer to have a great party without the load. You know, if you can have the best of the best.
Yeah.
So we'll work anywhere. It doesn't, but it's just kind of our preferred places. Like, oh, I'd love a easy load in.
That'd be nice. Will come.
Yes.
And it's just us DJing.
Well, I think I'd love to own a venue someday. And so I'm
Me too.
as a thing I'm
I'd
learning,
love to manage a venue one day.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that's something I've been thinking about. It's like, how do you do this for the best parties, the best dance floor, the best.
There's definitely some things that I think I've picked up on that if I ever were to own a venue, I mean, we've seen so many good things, so many things that I don't think are so great, and I don't know. I have so many ideas for that, It's like I wouldn't want like actual like catering, like kitchen staff. Like I'd want it always to be catered in meals, and we'd have a kitchen on site, and they can prepare it there.
That's it.
But I don't want to like prepare the food. Like that's just another headache that the venue has to deal with.
Yes.
I would like.
Who's responsible for them? The company who's really good at food. That's who's doing it.
Hire them in, and they'll do it. And there's so many small things that I've learned that like we'd probably rock it and make it like maybe pretty simple down. I don't know if that's the term for it, but like I don't know.
To me, you pick a narrow service window. This is the services we provide.
Yeah, I feel like some venues just like they try and do all the things and they kind of overextend themselves, and they have 4 or 5 locations and they can do 3 weddings at a time, and there's just so much going on a given day. I don't know. Like I think like places like Allure on the Lake like have it figured out. It's like they have one ceremony spot outside, they have one ceremony spot inside. And they have a great reception spot with like a kitchen where they can cook stuff, or you can have like buffet come in and whatever.
And they do one wedding.
One wedding per day. I think doing more than that is great if you can support it.
Can you do both weddings with the same level, with the same staff, the same
and I don't know,
quality.
Like, I feel like a lot of the couples that I've worked with that work with coordinators, they really enjoy that close-knit coordinator feel. I'd want all the couples to work with the same coordinator. So one on a given day, like I only want one wedding because they're working with the one like coordinator, or if we have multiple coordinators, whatever. But like, I don't know. I want them to be like a very welcoming environment where it's like we're here to help your day, kind of how we DJ. Like, tell me the things you want and we'll make it happen. Type of place. And
it's always tough when you go and they're like, "This is the most stressful day you've ever had in your life."
Like, it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be that way.
I tell couples, and that's how they treat the event. Like, I want to take all the stress off of the music for you. Like that is how I lead most of my calls. Like we got it handled. I'm gonna MC everything. I'll do all that. You don't have to worry about a thing.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part of calls too. When I'm talking to couples and they're stressed out, like right over the phone, like right initially, and they're talking real fast, and they're stressed, and I know they're stressed because their wedding is coming up, and it's a big day, and halfway through the call, like you hear them, okay, like everything's okay, he's got it handled, we're good, like everything's gonna be fine, we got more than enough time, and we're good, and just like feeling that sigh of relief is one of my favorite parts of this job.
It's like, hey, I do this all the time. And so how do we do it the best way possible for you guys? And it's a conversation then. It's a collaboration. And that's what I've always wanted with this company. It's just like, let's collaborate with our couples. Let's work through that creative process. Let's throw them a great party. Let's celebrate that. And let the rest just fall away, because it's just little stressful things that doesn't really matter at the long run. Let's focus on 2 people getting married and having a good time.
And what they want.
Yeah.
People have a very specific vision of their wedding day.
Some do. Some don't at all.
and no, some are just like, whatever. Like, we got the place, we booked the things, whatever. But I would say a majority of people have a very specific vision of when they're picking their first dance out, they're envisioning themselves in that room and what that looks like with shots and what that song feels like. And it's more visceral than just showing up and just like playing music. These songs mean a lot to them, and they do take a lot of time sometimes to pick these songs to really connect with them. And I think there are some times we show up and we're just like, it's a wedding. We're gonna it's super. We're calm about it, whatever. But it does mean a lot to them, and that is something that I really like to remind myself of. Like when I'm feeling stressed about the job or something too, it's like, we are doing a big thing, and we have a lot of fun doing it, and we get to help a lot of people have fun at the same time and throw them a great party.
Yeah.
I just think that's so cool. I think that's something that's really rewarding about this job, is we really get to help them have a nice stress-free day on something that is supposed to be the most stressful day of their life. If we can make it go as smooth as possible, then that's already enough. Like, music aside, like, if we connect with them on a human level and just, we had a great day, everything went smooth thanks to you, you really went above and beyond, that's really rewarding.
Yeah. I love being an integral part of helping this couple and their family and friends create memories.
Yeah.
And you get that almost every wedding, where it's a fun, unique thing about this wedding that we get to help create the memories. And at this wedding on Saturday, there was two things. The first was that, like, besides like the dance floor and the ceremony, all the stuff, is that her grandparents, the bride's grandparents, had celebrating their 65th wedding anniversary. Mm-hmm. So she did a cake for them that they could cut, and we played a special song.
That's really
cute. They got to cut their cake, which was really
nice.
Sweet. And the venue staff went above and beyond. They brought a little table, a little cake, and all that stuff. And but the other thing was that the bride's uncle came up to me during cocktail hour and was like, one of my friends is a professional musician, recording artist, and I paid him to write a song about the couple, about who they are, about what they like to do, using their names. And it's a legit, like, it sounded like a professional song you'd hear like on the radio or on Spotify or whatever. And so he's like, can you get this song? So I got it, you know, we had to stream it because I couldn't download it, but we figured it out. And then so at the end of dinner, I was like, hey, special surprise for the couple. The bride's uncle commissioned this song, and the guy's name's Gordy Wenzel, which I was like, that is such a great, like, I'm Gordy Wenzel, here's my songs. You know, that kind of, it was like a
great musician name. Absolutely.
And his song was fantastic, and it used the couple's names, and they had references to, like, things in their relationship, and they both like to, like, smoke barbecue, and there was stuff about that.
That's so sweet.
It was a really cool thing. And so now they have a song written about them for life that we played at their wedding, but what a cool gift, you know?
Yeah.
And it was kind of on point because they live in Texas, and they love to hunt, and it was kind of cool.
Similar to the cake cutting that you saw for the grandparents, we did something special 2 weekends ago. The one that we didn't talk about, but you and Micah talked about, where the bride started off a dance with her mother as well. So they did mother son, father daughter,
mother son, yeah.
And then they also did a mother daughter dance. And then, like, a minute into the song, I asked the bride to leave, and I invited the grandfather out. So then the mother and the grandfather got to dance because she never got to dance with her father at her wedding.
So her mom got a father-daughter dance.
Her mom got a father-daughter dance at their wedding as well. And then that's the one where, like, we finished that dancing. I did it all from a phone and then the Evers 8 speaker. And then we went outside where the main setup was, and then we danced outside.
Dude.
So, like, it was that. I made an announcement, and then we all went outside.
Beautiful moments, and everybody, let's go party over here.
Yeah, so it was nice. It was
that's
really cool.
awesome. That's so cool. I love when people do that, like, find a fun way to, like, include their family and make a special moment. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think there's limits. But people are like, oh, this person's having a birthday, and this person graduated, and this this person joined the NBA. Or, you know, it's okay to just let the wedding be the wedding and be about the couple.
True.
It's always nice when couples are so giving and so kind and want to include their families and friends, and to let's honor these people too, make it special for them. So, well, yeah, I don't have anything else.
I think that's all I got today too.
Guys, we are about to hit it hard. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you at your weddings. Take care.